if society went batshit crazy and decided all of a sudden harming children is okay, I would still be on this microphone saying, I hope someone puts a bullet in your head.
Well, that reminds me of a book that I'm reading right now called The Man of Zero, that he talks about the detachment from the outcome.
I was just reading this poem last night before I retired.
I do talk like that.
I left the library in my home and retired with my pipe. Anyway, so the whole poem is about like detaching from outcome.
Once that choice is made, there is nothing else that is going to stand in the way. And that because fuck you is not to the naysayers, the haters, to the people, is to that little voice that is inside of our own heads that is planting all the little seeds of doubts and insecurities and things like that, is questioning. That's the one that we really have to say, because fuck you too. Because if we say that to that voice first, it's implied at the rest of the world. And that's what I love about the podcast, is that I feel that authenticity, that you guys are bringing into it and then talking about the things that you're talking about with the courage and consistency of it all. That's why I'm involved in it. That's why I feel part of it, is because it brings me to that place again of being like against the status quo, and we only have to do it 8 seconds at a time. But for those 8 seconds, fucking hold on, because it's going to be a wild ride, baby.
And as far as we go, like, look, 7 months ago, we had nothing, right? We had a dream. 3 weeks ago, we had 430 followers, right? If we covered something like, if society went batshit crazy and decided all of a sudden harming children is okay, I would still be on this microphone saying, I hope someone puts a bullet in your head, okay? And society can hate me, but it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. So if we lost it all by staying in integrity, cool. End of the day, I'm walking away with integrity. End of the day, I mean, I'm not trying to be Frank Sinatra and say I did it my way, but like the truth is I'm not going to bend the knee. I'm not going to waver to societal standards. I believe in my ethics and my morals, and I stand on that. And if it means that I have to go against the grain, so be it. And I'm not scared to stand out. I'm not scared to stand up to people. I don't care. It's never been scary for me of public opinion or something like that. I don't care. I am authentically myself. I will always be myself. And there is no selling out. We came on we are attempting to build a podcast following. And what did we do last week or a couple weeks ago? Screw Hollywood. I don't want to be a part of it. And I posted a clip about like, we're going to get canceled, and I don't care, because I don't. I don't give a shit. If I go back to the baseline that I had at the beginning of the year before we even launched the first episode, cool. I have a beautiful life. I have wild experiences. I don't care.
Well, that reminds me of a book that I'm reading right now called The Man of Zero, that he talks about the detachment from the outcome.
Yeah.
However, in order to be able to earn that capacity to have the detachment from the outcome, what I'm saying is like that is not implied, that you're not attached to the outcome. It needs to be earned. In order for you to be in a place that you can say, F you to whoever, and you're going to do what you're going to do, is because you went through enough to be able to stand behind that conviction.
Right.
And own it.
The poem, Rudyard Kipling.
Which one?
Look at this guy.
Which one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Say it like
It was
the
asking me
guy's
about
got a lot of
poems.
great content, sir. Like, which one?
I was just reading this poem last night before I retired.
I do talk like that. That's-
I left the library in my home and retired with my pipe. Rudyard Kipling.
I have 2 books in the car. Let me check.
His greatest work really was refined by. Anyway, was it once?
Twice. Sometimes
times.
a lady.
Sometimes a lady?
He's Brazilian. He's Brazilian.
That's fair.
I do. I have like some Zonisms like that. They're pretty funny.
Rudyard Kipling freaking Then My Son, You Are a Man. Why am I spacing this right now?
You should ask yourself.
The freaking poem from LS, dude.
Yeah, what's up? You got it wearing the ring. You don't know the poem? I don't
You're
have
not
the
even
ring.
wearing the ring.
No, I lost mine.
Where does that show up in the rest of your life?
Everywhere.
No, do you know what I'm talking about, Brandon?
Let's see here.
He's Googling.
Yeah, I'm searching. I don't know. You'll be a man, my son.
You'll be a man, my son. Is it in you now to better hear the truth that you have spoken, twisted up by knaves to become a trap for fools? Like any goddamn. I fucking forgot where I was going with the whole fucking point. Jesus Christ.
Say, like, cool. I like that one. What are we doing
Fucking
with it?
Uncultured swine.
Yeah, I mean,
Heathens.
I was totally gonna bring up the 5 levels of attachment, but that was before.
You killed the momentum.
You did,
Talking
yeah,
about your fucking poem you couldn't even remember.
That
Jesus.
was in the before time.
But what is that
poems
the
are-
actual name of the poem? If.
If
I just remembered it right as he was reading it. Yeah.
is the name.
If. Yes.
If.
And that's the same dude who wrote Jungle Book. Sidebar. The
Jungle
whole
Book with Mowgli.
Hey, you brought that on yourself, bud. You didn't have to
It's a
insert
timing thing.
that. You didn't have to insert that. You did. And then the Brazilian got a little bit curious.
The Jungle Book.
With Mowgli? I remember that.
Anyway, so the whole poem is about like detaching from outcome, right? Treating, what does he say? Fuck it. I'm not even going to try and quote it. But where he says basically you're looking at success and failure as the same deception, right? And it's being detached from the outcome. One of my favorite quotes that I tout often is from my buddy Matty B, and it's the way to maximize results is to have zero expectation on the outcome. And like that speaks to a whole different level of being present, right? If you're detached from the outcome, then you're just in the moment. You're living a life, right? You're having an experience. But, and people talk about like if you're depressed, you're fixated on the past. If you're anxious, then you're fixated on the future, right? But if you live in neither one of those, if you just remain whimsical and floaty and enjoy the experience, then you're present, right? And so, and I have to catch myself doing that shit all the time. Like the results that I've been getting with Meta is, not at all what I want, right?
Is that the time that you find yourself whimsical and floaty?
That's kind of what I was just saying, is that it's not, right?
So, what are you going to do about it?
I check myself
And
before I riggedy wreck myself.
And how can you get floaty, bro?
Well, to be fair, he's actually done a really good job of getting floating. He's called me a couple of times really hot, done a little bit of low vibration, vented some, just got some stuff out, and then right back to the grindstone. So, not
And I
necessarily
check in
whimsical,
first.
but,
I check
yeah.
in first.
Yeah.
Hey, is it cool if I go low vibe for like 5-10 minutes? And he'll be like, 1 second, let me put on the AirPods so that the kids won't hear. Go ahead. These So, I get it out of my system, and then it's like, all right, I'm going to get back to it, man. And there's typically some type of joke and, Brandon talking trash and stuff like that. And then we get back to work. Right. But, no, I do check in with myself. And I even talked with my girlfriend, and she was just like, in those moments, because per discussions that you and I have had, you're like, it seems to be that like when you're upset about something on the computer, she ends up freaking out, and then she gets in a bad mood, and then you guys aren't seeing eye to eye. And I ended up going to her with that and was just like, hey, when I get upset and I'm frustrated with things, like, how is that triggering you? And she's like, yeah, because I want to support you. I don't know how to help. I end up feeling helpless, and then I feel like a bad girlfriend. And I'm like, you're not at all. And she's like, but like, I want to talk to you and I don't want to interrupt you because I know that you're working 15 hours a day. Like, I don't know when a good time is. And I was like, babe, with the ADHD brain being on the spectrum, like I have object permanence. I forget people exist. I forget to take care of myself. So I can sit in front of that computer for 15 hours a day and I won't eat because I'm not thinking about it. I'm just hyper fixated on what I'm doing. And I was like, so the best way that you can support me as my partner in life is like, come to me and go, babe, you frustrated? It's time for you to stop, walk away for a little bit. Because I don't think about the things of like what condition I'm in, right? I think on, I have to get this mission completed. And so I'm laser focused on that, sacrificing my health, sacrificing my happiness, all the things. And so we had that discussion and it was like, well, no, I need you to check in. You're not interrupting. You're disrupting a pattern that can become very unhealthy for me.
Interesting. Very interesting.
This is the Lunatics and Legends podcast. We fully endorse Mark Lamb for Congress and CD5 here in Arizona.
Make sure to get out there and vote in the primaries July 21st from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
See you there.